welcome to another 20-minute recap from the Smite Club stream tournament. Today we have myself, Matthew, and Aaron. Everybody say hi.
Hi, Aaron.
And we're going to be going over the second semifinal game in our tournament, which is going to be versus the kind of typical double Damashron Tyranids list and Aaron's kind of typical White Scars list. So you can see here at the beginning, we're starting to deploy, and Aaron's having fun with the telestrating app. And so we rolled up the priority target mission, and the first thing I need to say is that unfortunately the scoreboard in this game was broken, and I don't know what happened, but it was just the two of us. We didn't have like a third chair producer, and so we'll just kind of keep you up to date at what the score is. I apologize. We couldn't really fix it. But the mission is priority target. We've got like the Vanguard corners deployment, and you can see us here. I'm actually starting turn 1. So I went first. I think both of us deployed pretty conservatively. Aaron is, way back here. I kind of expected you to go right on the line, Aaron. Why didn't you do that?
So I was concerned about making trades. Like, I have no issue giving up my army, but like, if I'm giving up my army, I need to be making good trades. I'm not really willing to give it away for free.
Sure.
So I felt like playing safe. I didn't want Damacarons in my face just killing shit, and yeah. Because like, honestly, if you turn into a Vanguard squad when it's not buffed up, then it's like 1 damage. It's not really gonna do much for me.
Sure.
I wanted to be in control of the trades.
Sure.
That's the thought process.
Do you think that that's like, you're a fast army, but I'm fast too. Do you think that that's a realistic thing?
It's iffy, right? So I didn't know what to expect and how you were gonna play it. If you try to shove both Damacarons in my face, like, I wanted to be able to answer, which is really my thought process here. Like, I can kill 1. I was a little worried about getting 2 in my face, so I wanted to like not really give up anything so I'd have more tools.
Sure. Well, I ended up playing fairly like conservatively and cagey. So you can see 1 Dimashron's here. This is turn 1. Aaron deployed so far back. I didn't think there wasn't really any good first turn charge targets for me, except way down here there were intercessors, incursors, hidden behind this hill, claiming this objective, and I didn't want him to just rack up 10 points on the primary easily all game, because this his like easy home base objective he was just always going to have. And then another unit down here hidden and claiming this was gonna be like a game loser for me. So the first turn, what I did was I sent Daimacaron down here, kind of backed up with the Hive Tyrant to sort of skirmish on the edges of the board and kill those incursors. Yeah. And I actually didn't. I only killed them down to 2 people.
Right.
And even if I had killed them all the way, this is like a 230 point unit for like a 100 point unit.
I think it's 105.
Yeah, so that's a bad trade on points. Aaron, tell me what you think about this. The reason I was willing to make that.
I agree with the play. You're giving up so you can't look at it points wise. You got to try to look at it as you're trying to take away my 5 points of things, which is a valuable trade. Like, so the points wise, it obviously doesn't add up, but like game points, I think it was worth it. It's probably what I would have done. So yeah, my turn, all I really did was kill this Damacaron, set up position, get on the objective over here, and move my Blade Guard out. I wanted my Blade Guard available for a counter charge if he ever came towards me. It was kind of in there.
Interestingly, I don't think I ever moved past this part of the table.
Yep, which is problematic for how I was deploying, because I was expecting it like in my face.
Yeah.
And then I wanted to have answers when you came in my face, and you didn't come in my face. So I had to go out and solve problems, like coming out of my comfort zone and all that.
So one of the things that we've been talking about this list, which I did not invent at all, it's extremely toolboxy, right? So like it can play in your face. It can also play kind of cagey and conservatively, and the shooting base of the Exocrine, and you can't see it because they're buried in this building, but the Hive Guard, it's pretty good, right?
Like, so that's what I was telling people I was talking about the list. It's like it's a shooting list just with Dimacarons. Like people get too focused on the Dimacarons, and you have to deal with them, otherwise they're gonna tear you apart. But like really, it's a lot like the old Gene Stealer list, where you got Gene Stealers in your face, and then all the meanwhile you're dealing with shooting.
Yeah.
So
yeah. So yeah, that's exactly right. So we are on to turn 2 now. Again, the scoreboard here is broken, but on turn 2, Aaron kills the first Dimacaron, which I expected. In order to do it, he sent one of his units of Vanguard from this forest area down behind this hill to kill him. And, you know, I was mostly okay with that because he had, Aaron, right, you start out with 3 units. There was a big 10-man back here, a 5-man hidden behind this building, which I actually killed turn 1. And then this other 5-man, in order to deal with the Dimacaron, had to go down to the bottom right corner.
I could have moved this squad like over here. I think that would have been the safer play.
Yeah.
But that's just banking like I need to go second now, and I wanted these guys were there because I wanted a first turn option.
Yeah. I you know, the way we both deployed, I think, what would you have done if you had gone first?
Positioning.
Yeah.
So I probably just would have gone cagey. Honestly, I probably wouldn't have gone in the middle, or maybe I would have sent these guys over here probably just to like force an issue, just get on the objective.
Sure.
And then these guys would still be over here. So I would have these 3 objectives.
Sure. Yeah, I mean, I don't, that makes sense. I personally kind of wanted to go second. Because from where my Hive Guard and where my shooting elements were, I had shooting that could like hit all, well, this is my objective, right? So that's going to be very hard to take. But the center objective and this one, I had lots of shooting and smites, etc. to hit those.
Right.
Your home objective was pretty much out of my reach, which then, again, back to what we talked about for turn 1, made it all the more important to root this out.
All right, so
and not just give it to you.
A few things here that I need to I had to deal with this Hive Tyrant.
Sorry,
Meltabikes. I had 5 Meltabikes available to me, so that got the job done. I was kind of iffy on this play, but I decided it was right because I wasn't expecting to have much left at the end of the game, and I needed to keep.
So what is that play? It's kind of hard to see.
So this is all 6 of my Plasma Scepters here. So I wanted to get him off this objective, and my goal for this turn was to hold him to 5 points, which I believe I did.
Yeah. Yes.
So I wanted to keep his score down because I wanted to keep it a close score.
Yeah.
I was ideally hoping to pull ahead and then just make him fight back, but that didn't end up working, right?
You were. So I think we were mostly tied through 1. Bottom of 2, you pulled ahead, and it wasn't really until 4, and then round 5, I ended up getting a 15. That things really started to break my way.
I could have used these probably over here, killed this thing. Probably would have been useful, honestly, but
well, it is what ended up killing you.
Yeah.
Right, because it buffs up with 3 damage.
But then my thought process is you're still going to get 10 points then.
It would have been, yeah. I mean, so you killed a 10-point Hormagaunt unit, which would have just camped up here forever.
Yeah.
It might have even given me plays to certainly come towards the middle and score, but maybe even run over here and deny you a 5 on a primary. And so yeah. I the turn these plasma guys came down, I lost 10 gaunts up here, 10 gaunts down here, a big 20 gaunt unit right here, and like, I don't know, maybe 11 gaunts out of my big 30-man Devourer unit. Yeah. And I was worried. I was worried, like, how am I going to score anything
which was,
after this?
Yeah, that was kind of the thought behind the turn. It's like, I don't know. I didn't, like, my army shoots hard, but it's all relatively short range. So I just kind of was like, I'm never going to, like, unless things swing hard my way, be able to deal with that, in my opinion. Like, that's kind of what an issue I've been running to, is I can never really get into the opponent's backline with this list. So I kind of just play for, like, just choose my objectives, like, over there and just play for those.
It's funny you say that because you have 20 Vanguard vets and the Blade Guard, and you're all white scars.
Right. So even though I'm playing an aggressive arm, my playstyle is usually pretty conservative.
Okay.
So I just was going to just play objectives.
So if you like to play conservative and cagey, why did you drop? Like I know the last time that we played, you had grav guys in rhinos.
Well, the easy answer for that is I can't do the grav cannons anymore.
Okay. Well, all right. Fair enough.
I miss my grav rhino.
Yeah.
Rip grav rhino.
It feels like if you are gonna play cagey, you need a really well balanced list, right? And your shooting in this list is really concentrated in all the attack bikes, which were
Plasma scepters too. But
yeah, the plasma scepters as well. Yeah, that's a good point. But it is all pretty short range.
It's short range, but it's all on fast platforms. But it's a lot of it. The issue I ran into in this game is like it was all high value shooting. I really don't have a ton of like low value shooting just for like chipping away at things.
That's true. I do have high value targets, but they were most. So one of the other things that I think profited me from sending the Damasheron down here turn 1 was Vanguard vets had to come down here to kill it, and then following the Damasheron was the Hive Tyrant, who came up and touched some attack bikes, which then had to spend CP to fall back and shoot. Falling back and shoot prevents an Oath of Moment point, which everybody always maxes Oath anyway, so I don't know if that's really valuable. But then also you can see his attack bikes. I think, again, scoreboard broken. I think right now we're probably around turn 4.
I think this is turn 3.
Okay.
But yeah, because this is the turn right there, the other Damasheron.
Okay. But one attack bike unit is here. Another one swung down around here, right? And then I think I've killed one by this point. So
you've killed one bike.
So the shooting range of your bikes
is 24 inches, yeah.
Yeah, but it's kind of like your bikes never came past mid board, and I think part of that was because they were needed down here in the bottom corner. And then they were needed up here to deal with the Hive Tyrant, and that kept them on the far right side. I don't know. Do you agree?
It was like so that reserve play, like ideally it was not how it usually works, but it's where I needed them, honestly. So they needed to be where they were. Like over here, you could argue I could have dropped over here and dealt with this, but like I said, the keeping his primary down was more valuable to me, or at least I felt. I have to reflect on that in review. But yeah, then also you can't really see the scoreboard here. It's like I had a lot of issues, like just not going right. I think I got greedy at some point, so I'm spending way too much CP on CP rerolls in this game rather than like other stuff. Ideally, guerrilla tactics is a play that it's available to me, but I wasn't able to use it when I needed it. But you'll see that later.
Sure.
I had spent a lot of CP, like as I was worried about Damasheron and stuff living. Yeah.
Go ahead.
With the Meltas especially, where I needed to chunk some stuff wounds away because like if I get swingy on the rolls, he makes the saves, I don't wound enough. Kind of gets swingy on whether the big monsters die. So that was a concern.
Yeah, that's fair. That's fair. I think the Damasherons are interesting because they'll murder your troops.
Yeah.
They'll murder the bikes. Your big close combat units, the Blade Guard and the Vanguard vets, I don't think they murder that well.
Right.
Because like even if I hit and wound with all 6 attacks, which is unlikely.
Yeah. So that's one of the reasons why I wasn't super concerned about setting a 10-man up in here to deal with the Gaunts.
Sure.
I didn't think the Blade Guard would, and then when you fight back, it would be turn 3, so they'd be buffed.
Sure. Yeah, and so you'll see here, so we're on turn 5 or turn 4 now because Aaron's bringing up these bikes. But slightly before this, one of his big push turns was his Vanguard vet and his Blade Guard unit came up here, and between my smiting and my shooting, I cleared them all out in a turn. Which is, I mean, that's rough. That's hard to do. The Damasherons couldn't do that. Even both of them, and even fighting a second time with a third one, I don't think on the math do that. Because let's say I even hit and wound with all 18, your invulns block 9 of it.
Yeah.
And You know, that's not even the full Vanguard squad.
Right.
So, Dynamic Herons are super, super good at very low model count, high wound targets.
But they also, if you let them live, you lose.
Yeah, that's true. You can't just let them run around. That's true. So the Dynamic Herons, maybe they're not super great at like the Blade Guard, but if they charge in and you don't kill them, right? They're all Kraken, so they fall back, and then they're into this stuff back here, which they are really good at killing, and they'll just wipe it all out.
Yeah.
So that's true. That's totally true. So at this point in the game, things really start breaking my way, and I think we're looking at the top of turn 5 right now.
Bottom of 5 because Khan's right there.
Oh yeah. So what happened in turn 5, 4 and 5? I
ran out of assets was the big thing.
Yeah, things swung my way. I kind of came back on the score, and really the Hive Guard and the Exocrine in turns 4 and 5 just killed all the remaining threats to me, which then allowed me top of 5 to, like, I just put Rippers up here. I had like a lone surviving Lictor here. I had like weak, crappy stuff on all of these objectives that Aaron could possibly get to try and prevent him from getting a 15 on the bottom, on the bottom of 5. So, anyway, what was the final score? It was 80-70.
And another thing I could have done that I didn't have the points for because I was spending it all on CP, I could have done a windswept and double moved. So those infiltrators double moving onto that objective would have scored me 10. But
yeah, so that puts it close.
And then if I had like what's it called? I would have had to get a little tricky, but possibly with the I don't know. I don't think, because you had stuff on the objectives, I probably wouldn't be able to guerrilla tactics onto an objective. I would have had to make a 9-inch charge. Yeah.
I mean, it's possible, right? My game against Don in the previous round, a 9-inch charge was, it wasn't the whole game, but it was. My play style usually is like, don't count on those.
Yeah. Like I try not to even consider those plays, honestly.
Sure. Sometimes if you're down, right? Like,
you have
the only
to
way to win.
Like, yeah. I will almost never just try to charge out a deep strike. It's hard.
So you have like 3 dice charges though, right?
I do have a 3 dice charge. I could have done that. But I spent my CP on CP rerolls that were like 50-50. I was concerned with killing the big monsters because I'm concerned with the math for killing them. Like, sure, like, what's it? Like, lightning claws, wounding on 5s, rerolling 5s, hitting on 3s. It's like 55%, I think, is the math around there. Mm-hmm. But those could also just be like, no.
Sure. So, just kind of wrapping it up, what do you think is the best decision you made? And what do you think is the worst decision you made?
Worst decision was definitely CP rerolling all the time. That came back, like, it worked out early, but at the end of the game I needed those CP. It kind of bit me in the butt. Best decision, I also engage on all fronts was not the right secondary for this game.
Yeah.
Best decision, did I make any good decisions? Nah. Right. Putting pressure on Matt by killing his monsters and all that. I killed a lot of his ops, or was trying to kill a lot of his ops, so they didn't finish the job, and that kind of put me on the back foot. But like killing his monsters, killing his OPSECs, just leaving him with shooting stuff would have been hard for him to catch up late game. I think the overall strategy was correct. I could have, the execution was not quite where it needed to be.
Sure. As far as myself, I think the best decision was to probably not go super aggressive. I think I ran into this temptation with my Harlequin's army a lot. You get the Harlequin bikes who can move like 44 inches, and you want to do it because it's awesome and it feels awesome, and then you get like 500 points of your army just killed turn 1 because they traded for like a 100-point unit. It's just dumb. So not doing that, playing cagey. My second Demacheron didn't charge anything until turn 4, I think.
I think it was turn 3.
It's
He came
later.
into the Vanguard.
Yeah. So, I think that was smarter way to play it. The thing that I, messed up on, I actually lucked out. It's hard to see this on the stream, but there were a couple of times where if Aaron had killed like one or two more guys, my big gaunt units would have like not morale, but unit coherency like themselves down to like 5 guys. Like they were like, if just a couple of more casualties had died, they would have been out of unit coherency, and I would have had to start just pulling a giant chain until they were down to what is it? Is it under 10 where you only have to be within 1? Or is it 2?
It's 5.
It's 5. Yeah. So I that was really close. And that would have I think lost me the game if even just a couple of more guys had died in the wrong places. So that's something I definitely need to pay better attention to in the future. So with that, I think we're going to wrap it up. Aaron, do you have anything else you want to say?
No, I'm good.
All right.
I think I can retire my white scars for now.
Yeah, onto bigger and better Dark Angels, right?
Yeah, just win.
Yeah.
Don't have to think too much.
See, it's funny. Maybe I'm wrong. I think the Dark Angels would have been an easier match for me into the Tyranids.
So you're saying you would? So you were telling me you would push up and then block me out. So my movement would have happened in the charge and fight phase. You think? So I would kill your unit, move forward, and then I would get my movement there. It would be less. Like I wouldn't be able to advance, but I think I'd still be able to get my movement, and then I get to where I need to go. Yeah,
I don't know. We should try it out sometime because the white scars list scares me, especially because like your Vanguard units. If I didn't kill them and it came up to your turn, right? You could just run. You could just fall back and then like start touching my shooting units, like my Hive Guard and stuff that are hidden way back there. So I was really concerned about that. Not so concerned with the Dark Angels, but we'll have to try it out.
Yeah.
All right. So I think that's going to be it for us. Let's go ahead and wrap it up. I appreciate all of you listening. I hope you enjoyed this. If you like what we're doing, you can subscribe and click the alert button so you'll always see our new videos. If you want to just help us out and support the show, the best thing you can do are hit the like button and just comment below, because that will help other people find the show and help us grow. So we're going to keep doing what we're doing. I think we're all having fun.
Yeah.
Hope you all are enjoying watching, and we'll see you next time. Thanks, Aaron.
See you guys.
Bye.
Bye.